So hello everyone, welcome back to the Gundam Close-Up View. After the Master Grade GNX, we are going to take a break from the Gundam Double series and move on to another series that was released afterward, which is the Mobile Suit Gundam Age series. Also, this video is a tribute to the Crow-sama since he just uploaded his 10-year thank you video last week. His dedication to spread the love of the Gundam Age series inspired me to purchase this model back in 2015. The Gundam Age storyline is quite different compared to any other show because there are three main leads across three generations of one family. Following the success of Gundam 00, we do see quite a bit of similarity in design of the Gundam between two series, especially the translucent Age symbol on the torso. For high grade, there are quite many options to select, but for normal release Master Grade, there are only 6 models to choose from, and 3 variations from the Age 1 and 3 variations from the Age 2. Considering a mobile suit that can transform plus ton of playability and on the weapon, the Master Grade Age 2 double bullets was my pick out of those 6. So yes, today we are going to have a look at the Master Grade Age 2 double bullet. So what we are looking here is a snap build finished product with panel line and decal. This is one of those models that you must do panel lining to appreciate what the fine detail. Also, one clarification is that the original design of this model does not have those wings attached to the binder. The wing design is coming from the Age 2 normal, which is released earlier than this version. So yes, extra stuff for customization for your double bullet is coming with the box. So as always, on our left is the box art. This is a snapshot of the iconic battle of the Age 2 double bullet, in which Asimu swings the large beam saber to destroy multiple machines in one wipe. The Age 2 double bullet stands there, holding the twin dot cannon, and the binder beam saber is still on after the swing. We can spot 4 Zeta suit in this capture, 2 from the far end approaching, and the other 2 was destroyed by the binder beam saber. The swiping illusion presented on the top and the lower right corner does make the action more realistic. We also see the strider mode or fighter mode of this mobile suit in here as well. And moving to the right, we have all the weapon and accessory coming with the model. 2 beam saber with 4 beam effect part, a twins dot cannon, 2 binder beam saber effect part, a landing gear for the fighter mode or the type of swappable finger, and the 2 set of wing. So question time, is this 2013 model still good to buy? If so, should you include this to your collection? The Age 2 double bullet sure has a pretty blocky design and a bit of similarity with the Gundam 00 Riser. However, it does have its own special gimmick that is iconic to the mobile suit itself. So before we get into the answer, let's have a look at the weapon first. So first, let's go over the beam saber. Different from regular beam saber effect part, this model kit has a flat style beam effect. It comes with a pair of long and short. Similar to the Age 2 normal, the beam saber handle is stored on the side of the back skirt, which has an independent movement from the back skirt armor. Following the instruction manual, the shorter connection pieces is where the long beam effect part is attached. The longer connection is for the short beam effect part. For some reason, the long connection pieces is extremely stiff when pushing the beam effect part. There is a dedicated swappable finger hand to hold the beam saber as well. Next is a twin dot cannon. These 2 cannons are perfect. They are the 2 main components in construction of this godly weapon. First is the dot rifle. I would have to say thanks Bandai to include this graving detail on the rifle body, a very noticeable white decal. Otherwise, it is just 2 gray pieces of plastic stick together. On the decal, we can clearly see the A symbol and the labeled writing twin dot cannon 2. Also a little pipe decal on the barrel. Depending on different mode, the handle can be flipped out from here. Again, there is a separate wrapping finger style going with this rifle. Up next is the shoulder binder. It is linked to the shoulder swivel joint through a connection part, which has a double ball joint on both sides. Therefore, its articulation is sort of unlimited. In terms of color separation, it has a gray inner frame wrapped over with the red armor pieces, merging with the white armor part on the top. There are not a lot of decal design for the binder, but a ton of panel line opportunity when connecting the dot rifle. We just need to slide in and align the 2 connection peg to the hole on the middle of the rifle. We can also choose to connect the peg to the hole that at the end of the rifle to recreate a pose where the Age 2 double bullet is holding the cannon from the binder. So another gimmick from the binder is the large beam saber, which is very eye-catching. It is very long and has some wavy texture on the red clear plastic. I'm not sure if we can see this through the camera, but at first I thought it was some defect from printing, but it actually is consistent on both effect parts. Moreover, the connection point is very unique because it has to fit in the binder. To connect the effect part, we slide the binder sideways a little bit. This is a little bit tricky to slide because the part is too tight and thin. There's a chance we may break it. One tip is to use the effect part to slowly swivel it in. The two pegs has to fit in this area to secure it. Once you're done, this is a very impressive weapon to display. There are 3 landing gear in total. 2 are integrated to the inner frame at the knee armor. The third one is separate attachment. However, I doubt if anyone will display this the fighter mode on the ground. Most of the time, it will probably gonna be on the display stand. Along with the swapping finger to the beam saber, the dart rifle. We also have one set of open hand, one set of closed hand for dynamic pose. And in addition, there's a separate set to use when we do the transformation to the fighter mode. Last but not least, right, these are the 2 set of wing. As mentioned earlier, since this model is based on the Age 2 normal, which is where these wing part is originated from, Bandai is not enough to not cut out these pieces. So we can construct the wing and use it to customize our model. It had a simple connection part and each wing can fold up and down. Just remember to do all the panel line here because they are really popping. The panel line run from the red connection part to the white wing. It's just beautiful details. So next is moving to the body. First, let's have a look at the lower body. Starting with the waist, the Age 2 double bullet has pretty sizable skirt armor. If we think the front skirt armor is long, the side skirt armor is even longer, and the back skirt armor has a totally different level. However, one common point among them is that none of them will interfere with the articulation of the leg or waist. Due to the transformation gimmick, they can all move independently to a very extensive level. Moreover, a lot of panel lighting opportunity here, and the most visible part is the front skirt armor. Next is the leg joint is also very impressive. The articulation is top level. It won't be hindered by any waist armor. The thigh is bulky but has this curved line design which make it look skinnier going down the knee. The knee armor can also be open to expose more inner frame. The knee band is fantastic. The only problem is the locking gimmick on the lower leg is sort of loose. A tip for posing here is to hold the locking pieces on the back of the leg when adjusting the stand. Moving down the lower leg, this is where the double bullet is different from the normal version. The original version had a very slim low leg design. This version is more bulky and the part separation create a layer feel nicely. The blocking as design does help to hold the knee down, shooting pose very well. On the back of the lower leg, we can also see venting detail that carry from the Age 1 design. Moreover, there are 2 setup count missiles hidden on the back of the lower leg, which are only used in the fighter mode. It comes originally as a white color and I painted red. The double ball joint on the ankle also helped on posing. The front feet can go up a little bit and go down pretty far. This is for the transformation gimmick as well. So overall, even though the leg lack color separation, it is packed with tiny detail. Okay, moving to the upper body, the appearance of the armor can be compared to the double Quanta, which is full of detail and very good articulation. It also has a separate joint connected to the torso, which is extremely helpful for dynamic pose. In the middle of the torso is the legendary 8 symbol, transparent green with silver foil sticker underneath. The side armor on the torso is a little bit loose, but the right position needs to have it tilt toward the center. Give it a little push at putting together your pose, and it will stay there. I personally really like this size torso armor design. It makes the model kit look sharp. Color separation is also very nice. We have the blue as the base, and then the yellow, the gray, and the white mixed in as an outer layer. Next is the arm. The model has a very unique shoulder joint which is designed for the transformation. It is sort of a double ball joint with a peg to secure when needed. Since the shoulder armor and the binder can move pretty much anywhere, the articulation of the arm is not limited as well. The only complaint here is the connection between the forearm and the bicep is sort of too short and it tends to fall when you're kind of messing around with the pose. Forearm is pure white with red wrist armor. Elbow armor can also be opened up for a more dynamic pose. The hand design is fairly big compared to a regular master grade. Articulation is perfect We can turn the twist 360, which is rare because we don't really see this kind of articulation on a lot of model kit. The palm connection joint also has a separate movement as well. Moving to the head, the white V-fin blend in pretty well with the model. This design is carried from the H1 model. There is a clear part across the 3 sensors on the forehead, but I decided to use the sticker instead. The side vent would bump out and flat, run around the head nicely. The front head has a small spike and a sizable gray armor pieces run alongside the center antenna. Remember to penalize here so that you will appreciate the detail even more. So moving on to the transformation. In order to transform into the fighter mode or the trigger mode, which is the mode that gives the H2 double bullet 3 times speed upgrade. We first pull out the shoulder joint, realign the chest to have it stand vertical to the mobile suit. Next is to pull up the torso and make the upper body line up with the head. The correct position here is that it will cover the face and reveal the swivel joint on the top of the waist. Now we push the shoulder joint back to the lock position, then continuously swing both hand and the lower body backward. On the waist, we move the side skirt armor toward the front, open up the landing gear on the knee and pull down the front skirt to loosen the leg joint. Slightly swing up the whole leg to reveal the connection peg. Position the peg to the head of the side skirt armor. Now we can push back the front skirt. Moving to the leg, bend back 90 degrees, then open the lock from the back of the lower leg. Shrink out the connection peg, push the lower leg toward the body. Doing it will shrink down the size of the leg. So next we put the swappable hand underneath the connection peg and then connect the palm into the leg. Last is to pull down the feet joint, swing down the wing part from the side skirt armor and then turn the cannon to the front. Don't forget to open up the calf missile as well. If you want to place this on the ground, open up the red pieces on the front skirt armor and attach the landing gear. The rest pieces can also be attached back to the landing gear as well. Since we have the wing, we can also attach that into the biter to make the look even more majestic. At this point, it's really up to personal taste. So in conclusion, this is sort of a very long review due to the transformation gimmick. The 2013 model kit is a pretty nice display on the show. Even though it combines a lot of elements from the previous show, the iconic biter beam blade and dot cannon is undeniable unique to it all. So the transformation is a little bit tricky, but if you line it up correctly, you actually can get it there. But just have to be very careful with some of the joy because it's sort of weak. Mobility is a little bit tricky on the ground, but best on the display stand. Of course, Bandai and this have to make that good because this mobile suit upgrade is mainly for the space battle. People may argue that the Gundam Double Riser can also have the biter pose. However, the size of the Double Riser is a little bit too much for the Double O Gundam. Since the size is smaller and the connection joint is stronger on the double bullet, therefore it is better for posing. The overall design of the H2 double bullet is very sharp and cool. If you decided to make a trigger on this purchase, the high grade version doesn't have this much detail. For master grade, you can choose between the H2 normal and the H2 dark house, and if you are into a pre-customized model, the other option can be the H2 Magnum from the Build Diver series, which is released in 2019. I would definitely recommend this double bullet version because its overall design not only fit in well, but also the blocking is helped on dynamic pose, with the other version is a little bit lacking. Just be patient and make sure you use the trick I mentioned while posing. With that, I would like to close up this video. Again, thanks to the Crow Sarma for the inspiration. I hope this helped to spread more love for the H series. I don't even know if you will see this video. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, share and hit the notification button. Bye bye and see you next time.